Hello, welcome back to Jhin Seok's Stock Talk, and today I'll be going over options trading. The first thing I'll be going over is what is an option. Options are financial contracts that allow you to buy or sell an asset at a set price. This set price is otherwise known as the strike price. When it comes to trading options, there are two different types of options that you can trade. The first is call options. Call options allow you to buy a stock at a set specific price, or like I mentioned before, a strike price, as long as it is before the option's expiration date. So, what does that mean? What this means is that call options make you money while stock prices go up. So, call options are bought when people speculate that the stock price will go up. And one very important thing to know with options is the option contract multiplier. Options have 100 times multiplier. One call contract equals 100 stock shares. So, let's say a stock was going for $10. The price that you'd have to pay to get one call contract would obviously be $1,000. But the good thing about this, obviously the price to get in is a lot higher, but the positive thing is that you can make a lot more money. If obviously you can make a lot more money than regular stocks because, well, you're making money off of 100 shares. Also, the margin that you make off of options is a lot higher, but this also means that you can lose a lot more, which is why options is so risky. As I mentioned before, the other type of options trading, or the other type of options is put options. Put options allow you to sell a stock at a strike price before an expiration date. So to help visualize these, I'm gonna start drawing them out. I'm gonna draw a example of a call option and a put option to help understand. So here, let's say we have two charts. This one's going to be options, and this is stocks. And we have our guy here, Tom. Let's say Tom. Tom wants to invest in Tesla. Great. Good job, Tom. And he believes that he's bullish on Tesla and thinks that the stock is going to go up. Okay? And let's say he has a strike price at 150. It's going to be the line for the strike price to just keep track. And he goes in for the trade. And as soon as it hits here, the strike price, he's in the trade. Or he officially has the option. Let me also track it here. Boom. Great. Now it goes up until its expiration date, which is usually option traders have very short expiration dates, like a day, 3 days, 5 days. But you can also set your expiration date all the way to like a month. So let's say for this example, this could be any type of time frame, 1 day, 3 day, 5 day, month, however long. But let's say for this example, he gives it a month, 1 month. And let's do December to January. And during this time, the Tesla stock went from 150 to 200, a huge jump. Let's say this 1 month was very good for Tesla. Now they're at 200, right? And within this time frame, within his expiration date, sorry, just trying to draw everything out. his options contract went up 50, because obviously 200 minus 150 is 50. So how much did he make? Well, like I said before, the option contract multiplier, which is 1 share times 100. So if he made 50, multiply that by 100, he made $5,000 off this one trade, off this one option. So now let's talk about the flip side, put contracts. So let's say, for example, we have our guy Tom again. And Tom is bullish, meaning that he thinks that the price of the stock is going to go down. This time, talking about Nvidia. me just quickly draw these again. And his strike price, he set it at 90. Okay. Let's say this price is around here. Boom, he's in the trade. 90. Okay. And now, let's say for his expiration date, which is, let's be a little more realistic. 1 day. One day expiration day. He's a day trader. He trades every day. He's always on his computer just trading. Let me just simulate that. Somewhat. Okay, 1 day. And it dropped 30. So, which means that within this 1 day, okay, so ignore this. Let's say it would, okay, instead of it going down, which is not a good representation, it's supposed to go up and kind of follow this on the flip side, because the stock is going down, but your contract is making money. So yeah, my fault on that. But either way, 60. He makes 60 on this put contract because the stock price went down 30, which means he's up 60. If that makes sense. Which means, obviously, $6,000. Wow, great trade for Tom. And pretty much that is the very basic explanation of how call and put contracts work. And as this is a very basic YouTube course, I'm only gonna be explaining to that part. But there's obviously a lot more that goes into options contracts and how it trades. But yeah, to get a more in-depth explanation, I believe that there's so many more videos online where, like 2-3 hour videos where they talk about every single little thing, but this is just like a very beginner intro to options trading. The next thing that we're gonna have to cover is understanding options prices. So there's 2 main factors that come to changing option prices: stock volatility and expiration time. So to help get a better understanding, I'm gonna draw once again. So if a stock has higher volatility, it's going to be more expensive. That's just how it works. If it's moving a lot, the price is going to be a lot more expensive. Why? Because the more volatile a stock is, the more chance there is for a bigger increase to happen, which means more money to be made. So obviously the price is going to be higher. However, a stock with low volatility doesn't move much, not much activity, because I explained volatility in the previous video. Going to be cheaper. That doesn't look cheap. It's going to be cheaper. Why? There's not much movement, so there's not much money to be made. Here, the biggest amount of money to be made is here. While here, this is way bigger than this little decrease here. So obviously, more volatility equals more expensive options. The second factor, expiration time. Okay, so 1 day. If expiration time is 1 day, it's not going to be that expensive. Let's say it's 30 days. It's going to be let's say 200 days. It's going to be a lot more expensive. You can even say a year. Let's just say 365 days. A lot more expensive. Why? Because if there's more time or less time there is for a stock to move, the less chance there is to have a big movement. But obviously, if a stock is moving 365 days, surely there's going to be one time where there's a lot of movement. Or there's going to be movement throughout the longer extended period than the shorter one, which means higher price. Let me give it an analogy. If, let's say, for example, you wanted to buy health insurance, life insurance, whatever, an insurance policy. It doesn't have to be health, insurance policy. And the insurance policy was 30 days compared to the price of 365 days. Obviously, the 30 days is going to be less expensive than 365 days. Why? Because whatever insurance this is, there's a higher chance of you needing this insurance across a longer time period than the shorter one. Let's say it's a car insurance. There's a way higher chance of you getting into a car crash within 365 days than 30 days. And I'm not saying that you can't get in a car crash in 30 days, but I'm just saying that the probability is a lot higher. That's why the options price is pushed a lot higher across extended days. So a very volatile, long period option is going to be very expensive. And now with that all said, thank you very much. That is the end of my video.